So this video is sponsored by Reolink, the makers of security cameras. I've been dealing with Reolink for, I believe it's been over 2 years now. I have multitude of different cameras here on the property, probably over 24, even pushing close to 30, I would imagine. And I have to honestly say Reolink is my number one. It's nice because you can hook up all your cameras on one single app here. If you're out off the farm, which we very rarely are. I am, the girls aren't. But I can check in on things if I need to. When we have our kid goats born in the spring, of course we use it as a baby monitor, it works great. When we have people drop off animals, we've got a camera over there so we can capture some videos for these vlogs, which works great. So in having a camera that's actually good enough to use in your weekly video, I can't say that much for the first camera system that I got. It's a little outdated, but no, I'm loving these things. So this one here was recently sent to me. It's the TrackMix by Reolink. It is an 8 megapixel or 4K camera, which I believe is the first 4K camera I have here on farm. So this is going to be exciting. The other thing is it's a dual lens, so it has a zoom and it tracks motion and people. So again, I don't have one of those cameras here. This is going to be a first for me. So it starts off by be prepared, be Reolink. And you get your manual and your little stickers and everything in there. So this camera is, it's a decent size. There's a few different setups they have for them. You can have one that's completely wireless that runs off of a solar panel. This one here is actually, well, it's wireless, but not for charging. So, but what it does have is it has the option to run it off power with an adapter, or you've got PoE, which is power over Ethernet, meaning you can hook up a network cable if it's somewhere near where you have your router or some kind of access point where you can hook up a cable to it. It will connect to the network through here as well as power the unit through here. So this is what it looks like, and you can see here it has the dual camera. It is pan and tilt. So as you're walking across or somebody's walking across, it's going to track them. So that's kind of cool. So here's an extension cable for your plug-in power. And then, of course, here's your plug-in power adapter. You have a couple weatherproof connections so that you can connect your equipment, obviously outside if it's in that installation. Then you can protect it from weather. You get a little Ethernet cable. This one's probably, well, this is probably good if you're hooking it up to PoE because you're not going to go too far with that. And then you have some mounting brackets here. One nice thing that I've seen, it came out with, I believe it's the Argus 4 camera, is time-lapse mode. So if you are into that kind of thing, of course I am, I love doing time-lapse, especially when people are coming and visiting the farm here, or if there's an event happening that day, I can throw this into time-lapse mode and select what type of time-lapse I want. If you're living in the city or somewhere where there's construction going on, you can actually set this to take photos, only a few times a day over the course of months to see the construction of a building. So that's kind of neat too. So it is very versatile. They are extremely good quality. I haven't had any fail on me. I've had some other cameras that I've reviewed here. And then found out, they're just not that good of a product. But all of the cameras I have, my original Argus out there watching the ponies, I think it's 1080 lines of resolution, and I've had no issues with it at all. So, and the nice thing is, Reolink has been around since 2009, and they actually started up by a group of tech engineers, software tech engineers. So You know, they have a passion, just like I have a passion for cameras, obviously, and they came out with these. So, with that said and done, there will be links in the description if you're interested in having a look at that and supporting here us on the farm. And if you have any questions about this, feel free to leave it down below. So anyway, that's it, and time to set this puppy up. So it's been a few weeks now, and I thought I would start off by showing you or having you listen to audio that it produces. It does have two-way audio, so if somebody's out here, you can actually speak to them really anywhere in the world. So that's a nice feature. So anyway, let's go inside and we'll learn more about the app. Okay, so first of all, I want to say this is the best camera I've got on yard. I really love it. So it has tons of features, and the really nice thing about this versus other cameras is you don't have to subscribe to a monthly fee like a lot of other ones do for detection, for detecting people, vehicles. So if you are away and you're worried about security in your home, around your home, with other cameras, you have to buy a monthly fee. With Reolink, it's all included. You buy the camera, and that's it. So that in itself is worth like $5.99 a month, which is what approximately what the other companies charge. So we're going to go through the app here and have a look at those functions. For setup on this was very easily, just like all the other cameras. There is a QR code on the bottom of the camera. You just open your Reolink app and then you add camera and then you scan it with your phone. And then it walks you through it with voice prompts on the camera itself. And then once you key in your Wi-Fi password, it'll display a QR code on your phone. You just hold that up to the camera and it gets the information seamlessly right through. So there's no having to worry about IP addresses and all kinds of different things like that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to open the app, and we're going to have a look and see what it has to offer. Now, what I have here is I've got a number of different cameras. Of course, the TrackMix, which I called it the TrackMax at the beginning of the video. I guess I was so excited I didn't. It's maximum. It's a maximum camera, so that's where my head was going. It's the TrackMix camera, which it mixes the telephoto with the wide angle. So I've got the TrackMix here. I've got the Loomis, which is in our barn. Of course, there's nobody in there right now. Then I've got the Argus 2, which is probably, I want to say about 4 years old. And it is up at the animal area, the front animal area, which is where our horses are. Then I've got the 4K pan and tilt. That is at our gate into the animal enclosure. The PT1080 is inside the barn. Of course, there's a bunch of hay that we've stored in there while we got our other hay in the barn. So it's not really showing too much right now. But when that hay gets eaten down and fall to winter comes in, of course, we're going to have our animals in there. We'll be able to check on them. The Argus 3 is pointing at our what we call our loading bay. So we are an animal rescue. We do get animals that come in, and that's where it comes in from. And we can capture everybody as they come in. And then I've got the Duo, which is right on our front deck, and it does a complete, it's a 2-camera system which captures the entire front yard. And these cameras I can set up for detection as well. So we're going to jump right in here to the TrackMix camera. Tons of features here. So you've got your push notifications, and you can actually change your, if you go into schedule, I've got it set for person and vehicle for the detection, because I'm not worried about any motion. Pet, I do have that on record, but I think I have to have that actually on detection as well. Wasn't too concerned with that, but we have had some stray cats around So it's kind of nice to know, and it'll show you a little icon that when you go in to the view of it, and if you want to play it back, you open up your cameras, and then at the bottom here you can hit playback, and it actually shows you, you know, a little person icon, a car icon, and a little footprint. I've got just general detection of motion off, which would be just kind of a couple little dots that are kind of blurred into a motion icon. But I've got trees with moving leaves, so there's no point in having that on when it's just recording for no reason. So getting back into here, so your push notifications are there. It will tell you when, and it'll give you a little, and you can see at the top here, I do have a camera alert, person detected from TrackMix. So I can just get rid of those. I'll shut it off. I normally have it shut it off when we're here on the farm, but when we go off farm, we turn that on. I do have it set up on my Google Home, so all I have to do is ask G, I won't say her name because she'll probably say something, to stream I think I've got it under driveway cam, or stream the horse cam. So I can pop it up and I can leave it on my display if there's something that I'm wanting to watch. You can share the camera, so you can click on share and it'll bring up a QR code. You can scan that. Friends, family can scan that. You do have a time-lapse mode, and you would have seen that at the beginning of this video. I did a time-lapse of the clouds, but you can go in and you can capture a new one, and it's got a whole bunch of different preset settings. So sunset construction is, of course, a longer period of time, 10 days, capture period every 30 minutes, it looks like, 5-minute intervals. Daily capture period from, you can adjust all these settings. You can go into customize and set everything up you want, which is a really nice feature of this camera. Auto tracking, so currently I have it set to auto track. It is detecting people and vehicles. I left pets off because I wasn't too concerned with that. And then the type of tracking you want. So I went right down to pan and tilt tracking first. So if something is out there and walking along, it will actually pan and tilt is the first thing it will do. And then it'll go into digital tracking to zoom in and zoom out, which is a great feature. And I'll show some footage here in a few moments that I've collected. Here is in the display, you can change your vertical and horizontal orientations depending on how you have it set up. Your stream, so getting into here shows you what stream you have and what resolution you have. So your fluent is what it will display when you're out, you know, on your mobile app. It's you don't want to use a lot of data. You want it to stream without any glitching or anything. So it's set for 15 frames a second, bitrate of 768 and 896 by 512. Now for resolution, this is something that I haven't seen in a lot of cameras. So you've got, of course, your 4K resolution, and then you go into your frame rate. You can actually, it's set to 15 by default, but you can actually go up to 25 frames a second. So, of course, your memory size is going to be impeded there. So you'll fill up your card or, you know, your files on your network storage quicker there. But in the video when I went out at the beginning of this segment, you can see there was a little bit of jittering there. That's because, of course, I was filming that at the default of 15 frames a second. But still, you get clear video, which is important when you're looking at security cameras. So you can actually go right up to 25 frames a second. So that is a neat feature. And you can do the same thing by going into, your Fluent. You can go in here and you can change, see by default, it's set to these levels. But you can actually go up to 20 frames a second on that. And then your resolution is kind of default on that as well. So that is kind of a breakdown of the camera. There's some other features here I'm sure that I might have missed. But overall, like this is a TrackMix. Reolink, you can change the name to it anytime. The TrackMix Max. That is it. So I love this camera. It is a great addition to my Reolink camera. If you want more information on it, I'll put a link down in the description. You can click on that. By clicking on that, you do help our animal rescue here if you purchase anything through that link. So anyway, from here at the 10 Acre Woods, I will give you that footage right here, but I'll say goodbye now and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.